Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So I'm about to do a workout that has a bunch of overhead squats in it, and I've done enough of these workouts in the past to know that on a lot of the days where we're going for intensity and technique, we're just trying to make it look good. And so this tip will still apply to those, but this tip is especially important for those days where you're doing a testing workout that also has overhead squats. Maybe you're in a local competition or so on. And what we see so often is on the very last rep or the second or third to last rep of a big set or the workout, what we see is people dump the bar by accident. So the main thing I want to help y'all with is just to, before these workouts where you know muscle fatigue and mental fatigue might become a factor in some finessey exercise like the overhead squat, just kind of where I like to put my head and my mindset. That way when I get to these points, I'm kind of ready for them. So main thing I like to do is I like to imagine the barbell over the back of my neck, and that's going to be where that frontal plane is, or kind of where the center of mass should be to keep you balanced. So as I'm squatting, I'm trying to almost have this out of body experience where I'm imagining that bar, the back of my neck, the front of the ankle, kind of all in this straight line. The other thing I like to do, especially at the end of workouts, when you're in the middle of the workout, you can't maximally press. So if we're doing a 1 rep max snatch or a 1 rep max overhead squat, we're gonna maximally press to give ourselves as much of a possible buffer zone as possible. So if the bar starts to move forward, the shoulder's not gonna go ahead and go with it. We have a buffer zone. But we're in the middle, in the beginning of a long workout, we're kind of trying to conserve that energy. So even though we do wanna press a little harder than we need to, we don't wanna maximally press. But what we need to do is kind of switch gears. So when we're finishing those really hard sets of overhead squats, we need to go from kind of pacing how hard you're pressing to press as hard as you can. So that's kind of my 2 tips. Is I'm going to take that bar and I'm going to imagine it over the back of my neck, and I'm just sitting there, and as I get more fatigued, as I get more tired, I'm thinking push harder and harder and harder and harder. And I know the 2 things that go wrong that kind of make people dump it most of the time is going to be just this soft-ish shoulder trying to just match it, and then if that bar moves just a little bit, it's gone, and just that lack of paying attention to where that barbell is in relation to kind of your center line. So go ahead and get out ahead of it. Think of those 2 things as you're doing reps. Balance that sucker, and then as it starts getting hard, push harder and harder and harder. Over press that barbell overhead. Tends to help with wrist pain also. All right, talk to y'all soon.